Sure. So one of the nice things about living in Michigan is the fact that we've got a ton of co-ops around. There's, starting up north, there's the Marquette Co-op in Marquette. There is Grain Train Co-op in Petoskey. There's Oriana, which is in Traverse City. There is Green Tree, which is in Mount Pleasant. There's also, so then there's People's Co-op Kalamazoo. There's the East Lansing Food Co-op. There's the People's Ann Arbor Food Co-op, and there's also the Ypsilanti Food Co-op. So Michigan actually has, I think, the third highest number of co-ops in the state behind Minnesota and California. And we're right in there with California, so if anybody wants to start a co-op around, we'll help. But anyway, so it's nice because while some states have one or two co-ops, say Texas, where Wheatsville Co-op in Austin is kind of the food co-op, other than buying clubs and things like that. They may well be the only food co-op in all of Texas. So, you know, it's nice to have the variety of co-ops that we have. And it helps because we get to work together. And that's happened informally throughout the years. But then a few years ago, I guess I would say about 10 or 12 years ago, co-ops regionally started to form little cooperative grocer associations. ELFCO and the other Michigan co-ops were in a Great Lakes version of that, with some co-ops in northern Indiana and Ohio. And then about 10 years ago, all those regional ones came together to form the National Cooperative Grocers Association. And the NCGA co-ops as a whole, there's about 120 of us all together at this point. We're the second largest, as a group, the second largest buyer of natural foods, behind one other major natural food store. So we're really kind of have become this sort of, while each of us maintains local control over our individual co-ops, we banded together to be this virtual chain that helps, on sort of cost savings side of things. We all, we share a common, say, printed grocery bag that we use in our stores, and so we don't each have to go out and design or buy or get generic ones. It's nice because it helps get out the co-op message with things like that. We share informational pamphlets that are, so we each have access to those if we choose to put those in our store, and we don't each have to do our own version of them. We have sale flyers that are, we put out every 2 weeks at this point, and those are deals that are developed through the NCGA and through their buying department, and then each of our individual co-ops can participate in, so that we help get cost savings by purchasing sort of in big volumes that we can then pass on to the customers. So it's got the association has a lot of benefits for us and for pretty much every other co-op in it. It's one of the nice things about it is there's no, we as a group don't make decisions that don't benefit everybody. They look at how everything's going to affect every co-op, and we don't go forward if everybody's not, until we figure out how we're going to make something work for everybody. So it's a good group. I think ELFCO has certainly benefited quite a bit from its association with that.